Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon, and Lady Sakura. Okay, we're gonna get ourselves a port of ports. The Admiralty would be very interested in the wreckers' activities. The wreckers know their duties. The poets write enticing lies. Talkers travel to other ports to spread them. Miners construct the devices which will sink the lured ships, and salvagers strip them bare. The most celebrated of the wreckers wear no special costume, but are easily identified. They mumble poems in Arabic to themselves. They whistle lively tunes in new scales. They wear heavy gloves and carry silver clippers with which to cultivate tether. Okay, cool. And then we don't need to consider... No, we don't need to do any of that, I don't think. Okay, so we are going to leave and then go to the next place, wherever that may be. So we're definitely going to be going to the east. Let's turn ourselves around and get going in that general direction. Right, so we want to go down to Guider's Morn and then make our way up through this whole area. Then do the same down this, yeah, okay. Let's head to the Morn. A baked breeze rises, and the improbable scent of stone out of some distant desert. You're close to the salt lines. Oh, what was that? Something just disconnected. I don't know what it was. Let's see. I guess it was probably one of my drives. As long as it wasn't one that I used to record with, it doesn't seem to be. Okay. Yeah, let's see what just happened later. Okay, we have to deal with you as well, Mr. Pirate Dude. Let me shoot you and stop, because you are right beside where we are too. And turn us around and stay behind you and finish you. Good. Okay, we loot and scuttle you, and we got 2 supplies. Okay, we'll take that. Thank you. Very generous of you to donate to our cause. Oh man, the beautiful music is back as well. Okay, let's check our map. Right, so we can kind of go north of these rocks here. We're being watched. We certainly are. Dive down this way. And get ourselves docked into the Morn. Right. The Morn is a stalagmite, vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbours. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes a strain, and your strip rises slowly from the sea. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchions. Higher, higher. Now the undersea shimmers like glass below. Children clambering in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows. You hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. Okay, and let's see. We can explore the Morn. We don't really want to do that. We just want to gather our intelligence, I think. Guider's Morn swarms of pirates, smugglers, and captains of uncertain legions. You could learn a lot here, but you'll need to go carefully. Scarecrow, Scarecrow, you've eavesdropped on the captain of a lean black cutter. When her first mate spots you, in the ensuing fracas, one of your crew is smashed through a flimsy wooden wall. He falls 200 feet to be impaled on a small stalagmite in the shadow of the moor and dies instantly. It's a painless death, but his slowly mummifying corpse will hang there for decades to come. Ships will salute it. Successive generations of children will name it, rename it, fling stones, dare each other to climb the pinnacle and kiss its fleshless hand. Okay, we gained 5 terror, but we did get our port and we did get a new Tale of Terror as well. Okay. So then shops wise, we could pay way over the odds for some stuff. I don't think we're gonna do that. If we had one of those, we could sell it, but we don't, so we won't worry about that. Okay, so we are going to leave and then we're gonna go north, right? Yeah. So next port of call is going to be Station 3, then make our way up through Abbey Rock, Shepherd's Isle, Chapel of Light, and Abbot Horizon. Okay. So terror is still pretty low, but anything like that gives it a bump can really come back and bite you later on. Because that's the thing with a lot of it's because the game is so well balanced, I feel, that you can feel like you're doing fine and then something just goes completely the other way. And then all the time you've got everything is creeping towards not being so fine anymore. Okay, but we're gonna jump in here. Let's see. So we got questions for the Acolyte, errands for the Acolyte, visit the Smith, the Emporium. Let's see, questions for the Acolyte. Let's see what this is. Perhaps she has come to like you well enough, she would choose to answer some questions about this place. Ask where the corpses come from. If you're to be involved in the trade, wouldn't it be better if you knew? Okay, let's do that. A matter of indifference. Here and there, she says. It's not that she's trying to be coy. You don't think she much cares about the answer. Most are from the surface, one way or another. You think that is all she's going to say on the matter, but after a long time she adds, it's an old trade. They've been coming this way for generations, to judge by the piles out back. The masters made the arrangements. Okay, and then let's see. We can deliver a long box. We could exchange a long box for a half metal ingot. Let's deliver a long box and see what we get out of it. It's difficult to read her expression behind those goggles. Perhaps she's pleased to see you, or perhaps she's only eager to continue her work. So we get 100 echoes for it, but then we boosted up our favor with her as well, which is good. And then we'll return later. Back to the dock. Down the steep stairs, the song of the Acolyte fades behind you, but you still find yourself humming. They are odd melodies. Perhaps there will be more to do here another time. Okay, so we just need to kind of, I think, just keep on getting into our good graces. So now we leave and we're going to Abbey Rock, right? Yeah. So let's kind of head in that general direction. Okay, this Megalops looks like he wants to have a bit of a tangle with us, so we'll do that. We'll then leave it. There's no point in even turning around. We won't gain as much as we lose by having to turn the whole ship around, so just leave it in there and maybe something else can feast on it. We're being very generous a very generous in a very narrow area. Right. Let's get in here. We'll get our port report. It's unlikely to be eventful. As always, nothing is happening. The sisters watch us. We feel their eyes. The sea crashes on the rocks, withdraws. The fortress stands solid as the last year of a century. The greatest peril you risk here is a certain purpleness of prose. Okay, and then we shall knock on there. Perhaps they'll find it valuable. Brief attention. The muscular prioress, the abbess's lieutenant, comes to the door to listen. She nods and makes notes. She pays particular attention to news of marsh beast predations and the traffic on the rooftops. In return, she offers a rather perfunctory blessing, but the blessing reassures your crew. So we lose some terror, that's good. We are going to, I think, watch the convent. Exotic refuse. The convent is silent. A few lights prick its bulk. Bells sound times of prayer. You're almost ready to give up when a side door opens. 4 nuns march out, carrying something wrapped in a blanket, and fling it into the sea. You creep down to examine it. It was likely unidentifiable even before the nuns used it for weapons practice. Now it leaks fluid from a dozen puncture wounds, but it still smells of the sea. Okay, so we got another strange catch. And I think that's where, yeah, we're done here. So we're going to head on. So it's over this way next. Right, over to Shepherd's Isle. And we're going to be able to get in here and do what we need to do here as well. Let's get around this corner and get ourselves docked. Right. Curse, the bearded watchman tells you. There are no actual shepherds on the Shepherd's Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed. It's just the name of the gentleman that found the islands. Greybeard sitting in the village square nods solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tails. Ask us anything. Okay, and let's get our port report. Oh, yes. There's been goings on. In the bleak light of the false stars, surface roiling like a porridge pot, up with a roar of steam and a flash of fire, 3 widows swimming, tentacles. And then we saw His Highness. There is rather a lot of this material. Okay, and then shops-wise, we could buy fuel and supplies. I think we're okay, but what we can do is we can leave. And let's go back there and then turn ourselves around. Oh, we got a ship there. We're going to probably have to deal with, unfortunately. Ow. Okay, we have to go deal with you. We'll come back. Oh, we actually killed it. Alright. Well, we'll go grab that later. If it's still there. Now we're just waiting for the port. Or for the something awaits, because that's what we were missing before we went in here. Let's just get a little bit closer to shore as well, so we don't increase our terror. Okay, and there we go. We can now get in here. And okay, so we can do a picnic. Let's do Tales of the Terminal Croft. What about the Isles of the North? The one that isn't bridged. The wrong kind of people. The ones that farm up there, they're us. Me and you. All the other versions of us. One with a trick leg. One that married his cousin. one that was buried alive. Characters out of another history. They're waiting up there and plotting, gathering allies, waiting to make their history ours. So don't go there. You won't find them anywise. Being there that they hide in the barn. Okay, cool. So we got memory of this and shore of that. Right, and now we can leave for real. Okay, and we're going to the Chapel of Light next. Okay, gotcha. So let's start heading that way. Oh, and we can actually go pick this up as well while we're at it. Okay, we loot and scuttler. What do we get? Okay, casket of mushroom wine. Good. So we won't want for mushroom wine this time around. Let's get nice and close to shore here. Okay, and then head over towards where the chapel should be. Straighter to the north. This must be Void's approach. The air crackles with frosty radiations. To the north, the false stars veil in the darkness. The earth trembles, a bit of change passes. Okay. We shouldn't be far off. Yeah, there's the island now. Okay, let's get ourselves over towards the coast. I want to try and avoid getting an extra terror if I can. Right, and then we can hop in there. Okay, so first off, where are we? Let's gather intelligence. What occurs here between darkness and the light? A smiling priest in a red cassock tends the chapel. The congregation are shy of light. They come and go in little ships, and it's strangely difficult to count them. Perhaps some of them are imaginary. Still, you know the name of a ship or two. Okay, and let me just check something. Okay, yeah, that's where we're going to end that one. So I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. And take care out there. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right and check out some other videos here on the left.